Let's just do it. I'm hearing some sort of a bird in the background outside. It sounds like a small bird, maybe an injured bird. I was a hero the other day when I saved a rabbit, a little baby rabbit. I'm wondering if there's a bird in distress that possibly needs saving. Probably should have went and checked on that prior to doing this live stream, but here we are. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Shout out to you guys. Happy Friday. Hopefully it's Friday wherever you are if you're watching this. It could be Saturday if you're in Australia. I don't know anybody else in the world who's 24 hours ahead like they are. But anyways, again, hope you guys are having a great one, man. I've titled this thing Prison Liquidation Sale. Oh, and then I put a good little thumbnail up here as well, too. Let's take a look at that thumbnail. I've got Joe sitting in Dumpster Alley, and it says, I feel right at home here. It's all starting to ring so true. Oh, shoot. Whoa. Boy, hey. I just started bleeding on my leg profusely a little bit. We're going to have to monitor that as we're up in here. What did I just see? Something just jumped out at me. Oh, Tim Dransky. What's going on with you, man? Shout out to you. Brian, what's going on? Shout out to you for being number 1, Late Apex. Number 2, Snoogans. Number 3, But Joe. Number 4, Mullins. And all the channel members up in here. Very special shout out to you guys. Stephanie, I see you right there. Geneva, what up? Freda, what up? Michael, what's going on with you? Thank you for the email. Yeah, man. Hey, prison liquidation sale, folks. I'm hoping to make this a good one. So hear me out. I almost titled this the After Prison Show. Yeah, I'm monitoring this blood on my leg right here. There was like a little scabbaroo or something. I hit that joint, and man, hey, Joe is gushing right now. I don't know if that's high blood pressure or old age. Joe G, what's going on? Appreciate that right there. Hey, Joe, happy to see these are so frequent. Do you still have the P.O. box? How can we send stuff again? I do not have a P.O. box. I've been meaning to get there. I have not had the time to do so. I'm going to get it done. Matter of fact, I told myself this morning, or maybe I told my wife, I was like, I need to get this P.O. box set up. But anyways, it will be coming soon. Joe, again, very special shout out to you. Let me start with a couple of things real quick. Hey, if you haven't seen, over on Joe Does Stuff, I did put the video up this morning titled 1,000. What was it titled? I took $1,000 in $1 bills to go pay a tax bill, to go pay city taxes, something along them lines. That turned out to be a pretty cool video. And there was somebody right here, James, was asking update on the clown outfit, talking about if and when I go pay my second installment on these taxes, getting the clown outfit. Don't have the clown outfit as of yet, but when I do get it, I'm definitely going to live stream with it as well. You know, whenever Joe gets a little outfit, a wig, you know, freaking touch him 2 times. Tommy was born then when I got the wig. I had a whole bunch of different wigs. I got a whole bin up here full of costumes. And if I had a ladder to get to that, I would pull that shit down. And we just cosplay this entire live stream. Which brings me to another point. Like I said, I titled this Prison Liquidation Sale. I've got some really interesting stuff to share with you in relation to that. However, I was going to title this the After Prison Show, Prison Liquidation Sale. Folks, we're going out of business. Everything must go. 50% off. I was thinking about doing an After Prison Show auction here. You know, I'm sure I've got some wild memorabilia for certain, even just in here I do, you know, from times past, you know, reminiscing on those things. I've got a painting right up here I did of Gay Dave that is, you know, the Mona Lisa ain't got shit on that. Hey, can't think of a famous painter. Da Vinci Code ain't got nothing on that. But anyways, man, I want to give a real special shout out to everybody. Appreciate y'all taking the time to rock with me. Ghetto God, what's going on? Hey, if Derek is up in here or other mod, y'all let me know when Derek gets up in here because I need to make an announcement to him and tell him to ease up on the timeouts and things like that. But anyways, man, Skylar says, you're not selling the channel, are you? Absolutely not. But, you know, I'm in crunch mode right now. Joe's down bad. If you've seen the thumbnail for this live stream, I mean, that's basically the way that I'm living right this second. Pretty soon, you know, it's going to be for real. Joe going to be live streaming from Dumpster Alley. There's a guy on TikTok, a couple of them, who do like this NPC, and you've heard me talking about it. I don't even know what this dude's name is. He wears like a bunch of pink stuff. He's kind of a real weird type of a dude. When I first ran across him, all he does is live stream on TikTok. When I first ran across him, he was NPCing, right? Acting like a robot. Well, now he's just literally live streaming. Basically, it seems 24/7, and he's just doing nothing. And I thought to myself, man, if I take my show on the road with the live streaming, the IRL, we go do this shit in real life, man, Joe, hey, I might do some dumpster diving. Can you imagine the stream popping up and it's Joe popping out of a dumpster? Look, man, the Pursuit of Happiness 2024. The comeback is going to be so sweet. Scott says $250 for the channel. There was a point in time, you know, I would question it from time to time. Like, what would the actual value of After Prison Show be worth, or any YouTube channel for that matter? Especially during, like, the height of its success. I always thought to myself, I was like, man, I wonder what this joint is really worth. Not that I would ever sell it. This is the only thing that I've ever done in my life. One of the few things, I should rephrase that I've done in my life that was actually good and right, and you know, I'm very proud of. So there's that. K-Rock, what's going on with you? Shout out to you. Mike says, make me a mod. Hey, to become a mod, you got to go through a little bit of a hell week here. But yeah, we could definitely talk about it. Josh, what's going on with you? Hey, Joe, been watching for years. Never been to prison or jail. Thanks for the insight. I don't want to find out for real. Man, prison now, I don't know if I could survive it. Nowadays, it's freaking weird, man. Like, you know, let's just go ahead and get up into it a little bit. Let's start with one thing. You know, first of all, everybody's got a cell phone in there. And I'm a little bit of a hater in regards to that because it certainly wasn't as prevalent back during my time, right? But, you know, you got a bunch of goofies up in that joint, man. I mean, you got some real deal. I hate that I'm getting ready to do this, man, but it just seems so goofy to me. Let me see if I can get this to pop up. Now, I'm not trying to per se make fun of, oh shit, that's not what I wanted. Where the hell did it go? And why am I on that? Bear with me. Was it that? No. Not there. Not the notepad. Ah. Boy, I'm doxing the shit out of myself trying to find what I'm looking for here. Right here is where I want to be at. So why can't I pull it up? Man, I swear, I hate Streamlabs. This thing is so janky. It really is. Forgive me for this right here. You're probably like, Joe, what are you doing? Hold on. You know, I just got to fix it now. I got to go back and forth. Yeah, man, prison's so weird these days. Like, look at this dude, man. This is what we're wearing in prison. Look at these colorful pants. Now, I've seen posts of prisoners flexing with the clothes that they're making in prison. I question to myself, is Is this clothes that they're making, or is this a street outfit? Is that the bathing ape? Joe has no sense of fashion. You got to know. I wear $20 slip-on tennis shoes from Amazon and orange T-shirts for the most part. My collared shirts, they come from J.C. Penney's from 3 years ago. And they were like $20 a piece. They like no name brand shit. You ain't gonna catch Joe with the Gucci. My wife does, but I don't. I ain't never really been like that. So I don't know if this is name brand right here or if this is something that we're making in prison. But regardless, we're rocking this shit in prison now. That shit says all gas right there. And I'm questioning to myself, are you wearing that backwards? All gas. And it's rainbow colored at that. You know, there's such a thing as false flagging. I'm not really sure what we got going on right here. But yeah, man, Josh, sorry I got so off topic with all of that. The whole point of it was, you know, you've never been to prison. Shit, a part of me feels like I ain't never been to prison either with the way that things are these days with prison. Hey, Wash Guy, what's going on with you? I hope things get better for you, Joe. They are getting better, and it's because of all of you, and you guys are definitely helping quite a bit, and I appreciate the support, man. But Wash Guy, appreciate it. Josh, appreciate you, brother. Thank you for being up in here. Jay Escobar, shout out to you. Thanks for being up in here. There was something else that I seen that I wanted to... Oh, yeah, Michael says, over 1 million subs, this is worth some bread. Could be. It could be, man. I ought to take the channel to CarMax and see what they'll give me for it. You know, look, hey, there's got to be a place that I can. Could I take it to the pawn shop? Hey, I'm trying to sell my YouTube channel. Got to be scratching the whole time. Shady, what's going on? Appreciate the streams, Joe. Have a great Friday. You as well. Appreciate you being up in here. Melissa P., what's going on with you? Thanks for taking the time. Appreciate the donation right there. Sunny Days, what's going on with you? Shout out to you for being here for 2 months. Go downtown on a weekend and do caricatures. Man, even when I was really doing my artwork and getting back into it, I was so nervous to ever try to do that, and I never did. You know, my worst fear was I would go out there and try to do that shit, and the first person I drew a picture for would be like, man, this shit sucks. How much you want for this? I wouldn't give you nothing for this. But it is not a bad idea at all. I think what I'm going to do is I'm thinking about being a street performer. You know, I'm seeing Joe Baker, shout out to him, successful prison YouTuber, first ever. AfterPrisonShow got an opportunity to interview him 6+ years ago before he was even doing prison YouTube. But he served 10 years in prison. He got a crazy story. He wrote a book while he was locked up. He was locked up in the same cell with his father. I mean, wild ass shit. But anyways, I mentioned him. He's getting ready to take his show on the road. He's going on a bit of a tour. And I'm like, shit, why not me? Now, of course, ain't nobody going to book Joe. Joe doing a venue is going to be looking like a J-Lo concert as of late. I don't know if you guys have seen that video. She had 10 people at her concert. Canceled the tour talking about personal issues. I don't think that that's what it was, but I could do street performances. I could be out there with a tip jar telling prison stories down at the ocean front. I think I ought to try it. Let's do a social experiment, y'all. Frostalicious just turned in, and the title got me a bit concerned. Here's about $5 in Swedish currency. Some short introduction. What's going on? Well, if you haven't joined me for a while, greatest prison YouTuber ever, fallen from grace, down bad. Think about, you know, sort of like the Will Smith Pursuit of Happiness movies, how I'm feeling these days. And, you know, not really trying to pity party it, and I know that I have been, but more so just trying to accept it and run with it. I am legitimately the Delonte West of the prison genre at this point, and I'm not trying to make no jokes about him. Professional basketball player, ended up homeless and on drugs. But that's kind of how I be feeling, minus the homeless and on drugs. I'm not far from there, though. Oh, man, I just lost a lot. Okay, there it goes. Everything right there. Jay Escobar says we need another adult video store. It's been a while. You know, with the way things have been going and Joe just really going out there on a limb for the content, when I did the first adult CD video store, bookstore, undercover, I was a little shy then. I think I ought to run up in there for reals this time. Hey, yo, what's going on up in here? Film the whole damn thing. Do one of them audit channels. You can't tell me I can't film it. Well, you are on our property, so there's all that. Oh, shit, I've got spy glasses now. Holy moly, we do need to do another adult video store. That could be coming soon. Dab, shout out to you for the 2 months right there. Appreciate you for being a channel member and for being up in here. Billy Bob says do the body cam reactions. Man, some of those are not good. All right, anyways, let's go ahead and move on to some stuff that I've got for you today. I doxed the shit out of myself on this, so I did show my hand, actually, my notes. I want to share with you guys a couple of ideas real quick before we move on. I was in the Discord yesterday, and I was cutting up in there. Gosh almighty was I. But I had this idea for a live stream. Now, hear me out. I'm talking about going and getting a clown suit because what I look like when I'm basically being the meme in real life. I'll wear it. Literally. But not only did I want to get the clown suit, last night it came to me for some reason. I don't even remember why. But I thought, what if I came on here dressed as a preacher man? Or Moses. I mean, really, that's who I said. I said I should come on here dressed as Moses. And we should do a convict confessional. Call-in show. Okay? Call in and confess your sins on a live show. There was a guy that used to do that on TikTok, not the convict confessional call-in, but he did do a call-in religious service. And the crazy thing is he was clowning the whole time. And what made it interesting was every time people would call in, they would just kind of joke on the guy. We could do something similar. So, there could be that. This guy, Michael, right here says, can't wait to do a possible podcast with you. This guy reaches out to me, and I've had a lot of people reaching out to me as of late with some really awesome ideas. So shout out to everybody. Thank you all for the support as well. I just got another amazing donation over on Joe Does Stuff. Go check that out. That was crazy. When I uploaded the video, $1,000 in all ones going to pay city taxes. Yo, go check out the donation that thing brought in. Another $500 donation over there. And I'm blown away by the generosity. How can I ever repay you or thank you for that? And I told that person as well, drop me an email, man. I'd love to have a phone call with you and talk about anything that I could do to show appreciation for that. That probably sounds a little wild. But this guy, Michael, reaches out and he's like, hey, man, do a podcast with me. He's like, I'm a fan. Why don't you do a podcast? And I'm like, yo, man, that's actually a freaking genius idea. If you think about all the podcasts that I've tried to do here on After Prison Show and how short-lived they all have been for one reason or another, I've had well intentions and great intentions with all of them, but, they just never really last. But what if I was doing just rando podcast? I hate the way that sounds, but random podcast with fans of the channel. And we just talk about whatever. Now, could be something to that. Could be something to that. Billy Bob says, hit that like button. Please hit that like button. Appreciate y'all. All right, anyways. I need to go ahead and move on. And I kind of screwed myself up when I was showing that dude with the crazy looking pants on right there. Shout out to the 416 up in here, folks. We're going to talk about a prison liquidation sale. And man, have I ran across some crazy stuff. Now, we're going to progressively be like a snowball going down a mountain with what I'm getting ready to share with you. And where did it go? Did I not save it? I had to have saved it. That's not it. That's... Okay, there it is right there. Boom. I do have it. All right, make sure that that is muted right there. All right. Let me go ahead and... This thing is acting very crazy. And I don't know why. Is it because I got two of these open? Oh, there it goes. All right, let me move me down here because that was where I was going to be at with this. Being purple and green, what's going on with you? Hey, Joe, I was a subscriber 937. That is crazy to know that. I do miss the checked shirts and that cat, though. Talking about Skipper, my old cat. Proud of you and Little Joe and Miss Rainey, too. You have come so far. Is there more to that I'm not seeing? Hey, man. Appreciate that. Thank you so much for that. And thanks for being up in here, man. Gosh almighty, man. You guys are amazing. I appreciate the support. Large Paul, appreciate you, brother. Joe, you need a media manager to help you blow your channel up once again, my 2 cents. You ain't lying about that. I'm being my own manager, my own editor, my own publicist, my own everything. If I could get just one person to help me, that's all I need. Large Paul, I appreciate you right there. Being purple and green. Being purple and green. Appreciate you. You guys are awesome. Folks, I want to talk to you about something that I found that I think is absolutely insane. You let me know if you think that it's legit or if it's a scam. And could this be the new wave right here? Let me go ahead and get up into this right here. So on Facebook Marketplace, I ran across because I was thinking, hey, look, after Prison Show liquidation sale, sell it all. It'll make a video at least. Down so bad, I had to sell it all. Authentic prison t-shirt. Want to belong into Pennsylvania DOC inmate Black Madam. They want $200, or maybe that's not even the price. What I feel like they're doing right here is they're advertising authentic prisoner worn clothing and trying to refer to that as memorabilia. Okay, because this one's not even as good as, where is it? This one right here. So we've got the authentic prisoner inmate uniform worn by notorious Black Madam during her 10-year jail sentence. I know that this is going to sound horrible, but I don't know who Black Madam is. I'm sorry. Are you talking about Black Widow? I've heard of her, but I don't know who Black Madam is. Let's read this and maybe it'll shed some light. Original and authentic prison uniform, t-shirt, shoes, and other personal effects once belonging to the notorious Pennsylvania Department of Corrections inmate Black Madam, a.k.a. Paige Gordon. Okay, well, I don't know who she is neither, but okay. During her prison stint of 10 years, each piece is sold separately with authentic autograph for proof of ownership. Folks, I am smelling a little bit of American greed right here. As well as other verifications. Each piece is sold separately with authentic autograph for proof of ownership as well as other verifications. See Nancy Grace's report on CNN. They spelled Nancy Grace wrong. On this high-profile case and photographs, each piece sold separately. All offers will be considered. Folks, they auction it off. Prison memorabilia for whoever this Black Madam is, a.k.a. Paige Gordon. Which got me to thinking, How about this as a freaking hustle, a.k.a. scam right here? I mean, this is wild. Who's to say that this shit is legit? Who's to say that this shit is worth anything at all? Like, who is this person? Now you got me ready. I got to go look, okay? You served 10 years. Who is Black Madam, a.k.a. Paige Gordon? Black Madam, Philadelphia. For any of you who are as unbeknownst as I am, well, okay, I got it. I got to turn off ad blocker. I got it. Yep, it's right here. Bada bing, bada boom. You know how long it took me to learn how to turn off ad blocker? And they even give you a little tutorial on how to do it. And Joe still don't be knowing. Let me go ahead and move me back to where I be at, right in this area somewhere, maybe over here. Oh, I don't even know where I belong anymore. Folks, Black Madam charged in the death of a woman who received silicone butt injections. What? Black Madam charged in death of woman. Oh, she was a bootleg plastic surgeon, right? Is that what we're saying here? Like, who would want her authentic jail stuff? Okay, this isn't Jodi Arias, Casey Anthony. You know, those are names that ring bells in the street. You know who I am? Casey Anthony. But, you know, this really ain't really doing it for me. Can you imagine showcasing this piece? You got a pair of her bloomers picture framed on your wall. Oh, interesting right there. What are those, some granny panties? Wow. Are those skid marks? No, that's an autograph. Black Madam. I mean, it just ain't doing it, you know? Paige Winslow, 42. No relation to the other Winslow from that TV show. Was it Urkel? Family Matters? 42-year-old woman who called herself the Black Madam has been charged with third-degree murder. I've never even heard of that. Third-degree murder? In the death of Claudia something, who died days after getting silicone injections in her buttocks. Police say the woman flew from London to Philadelphia with her 3 friends. Oh, man, to get these injections. She received them in Philadelphia at a Hampton Inn. You know, there's some red flags that you really should pay attention to. We're not going to your surgical office here, your operating room, the OR. We're going to do this at a Holiday Inn Express. That's why you're getting such a sweet deal on it. And then she died 3 days later. So, okay, I really don't need much more on the story. We got it right there. And now we're selling her memorabilia. I wonder if it's her actually selling this. Whoa. Talk about an ego. You're selling your own merch. That's a little wild to me right there. Shady, what's going on? Would you shout out to you? I appreciate you right there. Joe, can you please share the Discord link? Thank you. Ghetto God, if you up in here, if anybody's up in here from the Discord, if y'all could share a link, I would appreciate the help there. 71 Mini Ricer. What's going on? Appreciate that right there. Thank you for the love. You guys are awesome, man. Appreciate it. Highland Winnie, very special shout out to you. You've been up in here showing love. Hostile, shout out to you. I still haven't forgot about you. I wish I could do more, but my channel just started. I know you got a YouTube channel as well. I will talk to you over this weekend. I promise I will get with you. One thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to start maybe like one day a week, do like channel audits and talk about people who rock with After Prison Show, who have channels, who are putting in work on channels. I know that you are as well, folks. Y'all go check out Hostile Hooves. Check him out, man. He's got a channel. He's doing reaction videos. Some of what he's doing is reaction videos to After Prison Show, which I think is pretty cool. Jason, what's going on? Appreciate the love right there. Hey, Joe, we got to keep you from needing to sell pictures of the feet. Listen, man, I ain't even gonna lie to you. If I could sell pictures of these hooves right here, man, shit. I would be wearing the t-shirt, the OnlyFans t-shirt, man. I would have no shame in my game. Nick Jenkins, what's going on? Big money, hit it. All the prison genre tattoo guys should do tattoos. As a freelance guy in a licensed shop, it would sell big time. You and or Jay Williams, etc. People would pay for that authentic. Look, it's been so long since I've done a tattoo. I'd be nervous. Not gonna lie. But it ain't a bad idea. Ain't a bad idea at all. Worm, shout out to you, brother. Appreciate you being up in here. All right, let me get back to this merch that we're selling right here. Yeah, I can just go anywhere. It doesn't matter where I'm at. So this is actually being sold out of Pennsylvania as well, and the Black Madam story comes to us out of Pennsylvania also. Is that her? Authentic? It says prison gear auction, eBay bid war. I bet you this might be her selling her own shit. Oh, she even got a book. Wow. Yeah, that's got to be her. The book was written by her. Yeah, man, y'all talk about my ego, or some folks talk about my ego. There's no more ego than selling your own shit and calling it memorabilia. You know, your story made the news. I guess it was somewhat high profile. You had a 3rd-degree murder charge, and now you a celebrity. Where's the prison YouTube channel? I know it's out there. I know it's out there. If anybody runs across it, please send me a link. I would like to do a channel audit of it. I think that could be something we could do. Well, folks, if you think that was mundane, hold on, what I just stumble upon right here? Because everything is advertising. Everything is advertising for this person, this Black Madam person. I'm moving on. It's not doing it for me. I got something better. Let me go ahead and go from a little to a lot. Folks, if you thought that type of a prison liquidation sale was something or nothing, well, maybe you'll think a little bit differently when I share with you this one. Run it. We got the authentic prison state issued bundle. Dude's only trying to get $150 for this, okay? This is your prisoner starter kit, okay? We got the state boots right here. Horrible picture. That's how you know that shit's for real. We got the size 10 boots. We got the outfit right here. Where were you locked up at? You were also locked up in Pennsylvania. I don't know why I'm getting so many ads from Pennsylvania right here. We got the pants. And we got the maroon shirt. I guess that's what prisoners there are wearing. And wait a minute now. Hold up, stick man. Man, I know you ain't up here trying to sell your prison drawers. Folks, this reminds me of a story that I'm not too proud of, but I'm going to share it with you anyways. And it's crazy that literally there was no pregame to this at all. I literally ran across the pair of drawers being sold, and I was like, oh yeah, that'd be funny. I could crack some jokes about that. Yo, homie's selling his prison drawers and socks up here, trying to get $150 for your prisoner starter kit. Again, we got the boots. I mean, we got a full day's attire right here. Could you imagine going to, I don't know, Fashion Week, one of them runway shows? I mean, you see the goofy shit that people are wearing these days, and you show up wearing something like this. Could you imagine somebody doing a fit check? Hey, homie, what you wearing? Oh, shit, I got the Bob Barker drawers on. You know what I mean? I got the the state-issued socks. Okay, I got the DOC boots. Yeah, woo, you got the authentic size 10. Okay? I got the blue jeans and the maroon shirt. Decent fit check right there, man. But look, I ain't gonna lie. When I saw this, I mean, literally, like just right this second, it reminded me of a story, folks. I've shared it before, but I'm gonna share it again because maybe some of y'all ain't ever heard of it. You know, when I came home from prison, it's kind of how I feel right now, okay? When I came home from prison, I was willing to do damn near anything in an effort to make sure that I never had to go back there again. And the only way that I was going to be able to try to avoid going back there again was trying to find some sort of success for myself. Now, of course, I had the idea to start doing a prisoner coming home from prison reality show on YouTube, which was the original idea for AfterPrisonShow. You know, if you look back at some of the earliest videos with AfterPrisonShow, that's what I used to refer to this as. It was my reality show, the real world after prison. But that was a pipe dream back then. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. That was a pipe dream back then. I didn't know if it was actually going to succeed or not. And like I said, I was willing to do anything. Within reason, I guess I should say. I don't know how far I really would have pushed that envelope, but looking at that pair of prison drawers is that a skid mark on those? Maybe some little pee stains? They say that those are brand new, but I don't know, man. I'll never forget scrolling Craigslist, looking for any opportunities out there. And you got some real weird shit on Craigslist. Y'all know. We've talked about it here many a times. Used to do reaction videos in live streams to Craigslist listings. Missed connections. There's some wild ones up there all the time. But I was looking on odd jobs when I came home because, again, my first jobs coming home from prison, I'm working at a Little Caesars Pizza. I'm working at a temp service. Like, I am down bad. Just like I am right now. But while looking on odd jobs, I run across a listing, and folks, I ain't too proud. Name another prison YouTuber that's going to tell you what they was really willing to do. See, they ain't have it like old Joe did. That's why I take a little tinge of, saltiness and offense. See, I ain't come home with a blueprint. A dude coming home today, all they got to go do is look on YouTube or TikTok or anywhere else, Facebook, whatever. Oh, yeah, okay, this dude's successful. What's he doing? Okay, he's telling stories or he's doing what? Yeah, I could do the same thing. I had to get out the mud. And a part of that was considerations of odd jobs on Craigslist. And this one in particular. Folks, I ran across a listing of some guy soliciting the used drawers of any man. I don't remember exactly what the listing said, but it said something along the lines of, do you have some sweaty used boxers or boxer briefs or tuns, the slingshots? You want to unload them? Make a little money? Do you know that I responded to that shit? Dude was only offering $20 for a pair of used drawers. But man, when I respond, I'm trying to sell this dude on the bundle. Hey, look, man. Man, I just came home from prison. Threw that in there like maybe, he could read between the lines a little bit, whatever his crazy deranged mind might read of that. Yeah, man, I just came home from prison. I know how this works. I got plenty of used drawers for sale for you. But I'm going to need a little better than, 1 for $20. I'm going to need me like a 3 for I'm going to need me like 3 for a ball. I need $100. I'm going to give you 3 pair of drawers. These are the sweatiest of used drawers. Yeah, man. Hey, man, you ain't gonna hear no JD Delay, no Ian Bick talking no shit like this, man. I promise. And that ain't no shot. That's just, man, that's just facts. Yeah, Joe came home from prison ready. Man, this was before OnlyFans. Hey, dudes had grassroots movements on Craigslist. OnlyFans type of taboo bullshit. Joe was trying to sell his drawers. But when I told dude, something along the lines of, yeah, man, I give you the sweaty, I worked 16 hours in these shits. I ain't take a shower for 2 days. I got some skid marks in these. Like, how bad you want, like, what you really looking for? I told him $300-400, and I scared him away. It was too expensive. You know what I didn't realize back then? And it's sort of similar. I mean, exactly the same. Everybody wants the most for the least. I mean, they really do. It's just like the construction world. That's probably in part why I've sucked so bad at business. Man, I couldn't even sell used drawers to a weirdo. Like selling water to a well. I never was that good of a salesman. How much would you sell your used drawers for if you were down bad? Shit, man. Just trying to stay out of trouble. Going to probation. You found a job yet? Well, look, not exactly, but there is something on the horizon. I've got this guy on Craigslist. He's offering to buy my underwear. Oh, shit. Evo says that Dave still got those toilet flip-flops. The butt flaps is what they were referred to as. And I actually have them. They're somewhere here, whether they're up in my attic in here or they're in my house. They are somewhere in there. Y'all ain't never tried to sell your used drawers on Craigslist to some weird guy who's probably gonna, God only knows what he's gonna do. He gonna wear them joints like a ski mask, like a breathing apparatus. Y'all ain't never done that? Me neither. Me neither. My buddy actually used to make a joke about that when we were in prison. Good friend of mine. He used to make jokes. He was like, hey, man, when y'all was kids, man, y'all ain't ever used to go into the woods together and, like, build forts and then, get butt ball naked with each other and run around and chase each other. Be like, man, what you talking about? Nah, I ain't never do no shit. Me neither. That dude crazy, man. Sadly, he got released and then passed away shortly thereafter. Large Paul, very large, generous donation right there. Appreciate that, man. Keep doing you, Joe. I hope everyone else hears what you're saying. Help people, Joe. Even help Joe people. Even if you can just hit that like button. I appreciate that, man. Thank you. Stephanie says $33 a pair seems cheap, honestly. That was back then. Let Joe put his used to duns on eBay now. A-list celebrity YouTube prison genre godfather. Moses of the prison John. I don't even know what to refer to myself as. If you took Tom Hanks, Tom Brady, Tom Arnold, and Tom Cruise, threw them in a blender, made a protein shake out of them, boom. You kind of got something similar to old Joe from AfterPrisonShow. Hey, look, man. When I do my prison liquidation sale, okay, I'm probably just going to try to slide it in there real quick. Yeah, I got a pair of used drawers here for sale, too. But look, we got this also. Oh, man. What is going on with the leg here? If you're joining me late, I scratched myself on my leg, and man, that joint just started bleeding and wouldn't stop. Shit got scary for me for a moment there. That's pretty good. I'm going to take a little intermission from the prison liquidation, Yeah, I'm going to take a little intermission, try to take a little break from that for a moment. Joe De Niro, is it? It's Robert De Niro. Nah, I don't want no affiliation with Robert. Robert De Niro was cool, but now I don't mess with Robert De Niro, man. I don't really mess with a lot of them Hollywood folks, man. A lot of them Hollywood folks is weird now, man. They get old and they get all senile and shit. I don't like that, man. But Matty Ice, shout out to you. Living a dream. What's going on? Joe is a hustler and we'll get through this. You already know, man. Hey, man, boy. This is part of the documentary. You know, this is all going to be part of the documentary. Anthony says, how about them Chiefs last night? Yeah, I mean, I figured they were going to win. Of course, I don't like the Chiefs, so of course I wanted to see Baltimore win. I didn't even know Baltimore had Derrick Henry. When I saw that, I was like, oh, shit, they might actually win. But the funniest damn thing is the post-game press conference with Lamar Jackson talking about he thought that was a touchdown. And I didn't watch the whole game, but I did see the foot out of bounds. And, yeah. Adrian says, any update on Tom and Lucky? Nah, man. Not one. I'm sorry. Keith, shout out to you. Says, thanks anyway, everyone. Appreciate you being up in here. All right, I'm going to go ahead and share with you guys a post to react to. This is a pretty good one. I hate the fact that I'm going to need to, well, I'm going to end up doxing the dude, and I hate that, but I can go right here, and it's just a better fit for me right here. All right, folks. Actually, do I need to go right there, or do I need to? Yeah, I need to be right here, and it's not to cover up the person's name. It's not like anything in relation to that. Folks, let me read you this post. I'm a part of a prisoner Facebook group that was actually created by a prisoner, and there's like over 350,000 members in this group. Every prisoner in here has got a damn cell phone, which is insane to me. But there's always some really interesting posts that come out of this group, including this one right here. So this guy says, free me, where all the Latina and white girls at? And man, when I tell you that they absolutely fried this dude in the comments, well, we'll share some of those as well. Now, I need you to take notice of the tattoos. Dude has what I believe, I mean, obviously it's two women tattooed on the center of his chest right here, and they're kissing, right? And maybe they're even making like a little heart emoji right there, because I can see the hands right at the bottom. You can see the hands right there. Relock says, yes, that tattoo. That's where we're going in right here. D. Hartgrove says, big Crips in the building. Are there? Is this guy a Crip? Because I'm not, I don't know. But anyways, oh, and it also says ball out on his shoulder right there. This is a very unique tattoo, especially a prison tattoo. And as much as I want to go into the comments of what these people say about him, folks, this tattoo on this dude's chest is just this wild, okay? Dude literally used his nipples for their nipples, which, I mean, oh, there was a guy on TikTok recently who was talking about while he was in prison, people were selling artwork of naked women, and, you know, dudes were doing what they will with that artwork. I've shared about that. There were some people who were tagging me in that post. But, yo, this dude literally has a flick tattooed across his chest right here. Oh, my God. Do you think that he goes on a prison date to himself? Like, God. Hey, girl, I don't even need you. I got me, literally. Whew. Man, Gabriel says Baz out. Oh, okay. I thought it said ball out, but you're right. It does say Baz out, which Forgive me, I got no idea what that means. Yeah, and it's not even important. I really want to get back to the tattoo. Was this a freehand tattoo? I mean, did you have any kind of a picture for reference? Because if it was a freehand tattoo, I guess it's a little bit better to me. Because to be honest, man, hey, these two girls you got tattooed on your chest right here, God, forgive me. Forgive me for what I'm about to say right here. Have you ever seen the two conjoined girls? The two girls, they share the same body? Abby and whatever. They had a reality show on TL. Like, that's kind of what this shit looks like to me. They kind of look like, this kind of looks like them. Maybe that was the picture. Maybe that was that's his drop right there. Like I said, man, if this was a freehand tattoo, it would make a little more sense to me. Because if the artist went off of a photograph, I can't understand how you get done with that tattoo and this guy right here thinks that this shit looks good. Oh shit, damn. Yeah, that's it right there. That's exactly what I was going for. What do you think he paid for this? Oh my God, you got your whole chest done like that? I mean, that's some wild ass shit for a prison tattoo. Again, the nipples really are messing me up right here. They really are, man. Them chicks look horrible, man. I mean, they do. I hate to say it, man, but those some ugly ass girls you got tattooed. You got tattooed on your chest right there. That shit is horrible. Crazy, man. Geneva says, I think one of the twins got married. What's the other one doing? She's third wheeling for sure. But anyways, let's get back to what this guy posted about, because obviously he was feeling himself enough to take a picture with his shirt off, post this shit in a prisoner group. There's a lot of women in this group. I served time in prison. I know how much women go for dudes in prison, but I'm just blown away. Because in this group of almost 400,000 people, I would imagine that half of the people in there are women who just rock with prisoners. So this guy makes a post that says, free me, where are all the Latinas and white girls at? And man, they roast this dude. This woman right here says, you did absolutely right by not asking for us. Thank you. Fry game. Fried him right there. Why are so many black women offended? He didn't mention y'all. No offense, but your chest tattoo is a real turnoff. Should get it covered up once you get the chance. Still, I wish you good luck to find your partner. They always go for white women and Latinas because they feel like y'all easy and an ATM machine. God. I love this group. This is better than anything else to me, man. I just get lost in the comments of this. And man, it's a never ending right here. As a representative of the Hispanic Latino community, I will decline this request on behalf of all of us. Oh man, they going in on this dude, man. Anyways. Michael says he looks like he's on the spectrum, and that's just the buzzkill right there. Oh, well, son of a gun. But yeah, man, I've had that one in the Bammer for a little while, and I've really, really wanted to share that with you. Some of the things that these guys post up in there are crazy. Now, am I going to be able to do this? I'm going to try. I do have a video that I want to share with y'all. It's a short one. Mass One says, Joe, pay your taxes, take pics from the studio on there. Joe, pay your taxes, taking pics from the studio on there. I'm missing what you're saying right there. But I did go. Check out Joe Does Stuff. I posted the first video in relation to that. I want to share this video with y'all, and oh good, it has no sound. Thank God. Oh man, that is delightful to me. All right, and real quick before we do it, folks, this is probably the greatest prison flex that I'm getting ready to share with you, and I've never seen another video like this. Now, as of late, you've seen Joe attempting to do shorts. I suck at that, but I'm trying, right? Trying to react to these cell phone videos coming out of prison with dudes taking pictures in front of countless honey buns and $100 bills strewn about on their prison floor and showing their lockers slam full of zoom zooms and wham whams and cooking and firebombing stair tiers. But folks, this is a first, and this is the type of prison flex that really should win the internet. And good little lead up to it right there. And well, hopefully this is going to work out well. All right, let's go ahead and widescreen this money and roll that. Hey, yo, dude is flexing the hygiene. We got the Zest. Hold up. We got the Crest. We got the Colgate. Dude got every type of hygiene item that they sell. And some of these I got to imagine are exclusives, right? Maybe they're not sold at the prison that he's at, and other prisoners have brought them in from other prisons or potentially even other states. There ain't nothing like seeing dudes get transferred to the prison that you're at from another state and just seeing what they brought with them. And sometimes finding out how they got that there. Damn, how did he get that up and he suitcased that shit? If you suitcase something in prison, you're a freaking hero. Hands down. Dudes is looking at you like, hey, man, bow. Like, respect. Because a lot of dudes ain't going to do that shit. Now, I'm not saying that that's what this guy did right here, but he's flexing bars of soap and toothpaste. Look at this. And zooming in on the Pro Health Advantage and the cavity protection. We got what? The body wash? That shit looked like some shit to come out of a hotel. Man, where did you get the Basic Earth Botanicals Revived body wash at? I know that joint got a scent to it with the eucalyptus and the lemon meringue or whatever the hell that should say right there. Lemon myrtle. And what is this? Oh, the Equate. They sell that shit at the dollar store, though. That shit ain't nothing. You got the medicated apricot cleanser. Damn, look at that, man. And then look at the bag. You got every type of deodorant that they sell right there. Not a zoom or wham in sight. This dude went to the commissary for the first time when he got to prison, and he did right. Did the right thing. Damn right. He spent a check up on hygiene. Dude, straight for the year. Yeah, he is. And that's the end of that video, man. Run that joint back one more time. Let's look at that, man. We're starting with the Zest Unwrapped. We got the Dial, antibacterial. That's why the Dial is so important in prison. That's the only soap that they sell that's the antibacterial. What else you got right there? I don't know what that blank box is right there. That could be the dummy box. We got more of the Zest right there. We got more of the Zest. See, in Virginia, they sell the Irish Spring. You had the Next Bar, which had like a cocoa butter and like a moisturizing bar. The next bar of soap it's kind of a pricier bar of soap. Your cheapest bar of soap outside of your Lisa and your Bob Barker was an Irish Spring. And sometimes you'd see a dude come back from commissary, first time going to commissary, got a bag full of honey buns, icy white girls and soups and sodas and chips. And Stickman ain't get but one dumbass bar of Irish Spring. That shit was 79 cents when I was in prison. You knew how much a dude valued his hygiene by which hygiene items he used. You would see dudes making the store washing their ass with the Lisa bar of soap. Trying to justify that shit. Man, that's the free soap that they give you. Man, that shit like washing your ass with a bar of straight lye. A straight, what's that shit you put on, like lime, caustic acid. Yeah, man. Hey, I like the Lisa bar soap. No, you don't. You just value them sweets more than your smell, which is crazy. You know, you would imagine that bad hygiene in prison would be a deterrent, right? Okay, I got to get off of this page before I end up playing something that I don't want to play. You would imagine that bad hygiene in prison would be like a deterrent, right? Would keep dudes up off of you like a skunk up in there. God bless it, dudes stink. Just stay away from me. But nah, it's crazy because the bad smell going to attract attention. Man, what the hell is that smell? That's you. That's you smelling like that. Hey, stick man, you about to have a shower party. You're gonna be walked out like you Aladdin in this bitch. Taking a magic carpet ride right to the shower though. Mass One says Diddy. Lollipop says, man, getting the airdrops. That's wild. He got him the whatever you call that in the video games, the airdrops. Johan says, I feel so violated. I'm sorry about that. Mass One says he's getting mad dudes in prison. Damn. All right, anyways. Yeah. I guess it's reaction 30, you know. To be honest with you, when I came on this morning or today, let me give you guys a quick rundown of what's going on elsewhere in Joe News and After Prison Show and Joe Does Stuff News. Not a lot. So today is Friday. Supposed to be testing out the gameplay and doing the walkthrough on the gameplay today, but that's not going to happen, I guess, until later on this evening. My hope is that we're going to be able to launch the new After Prison Show prison gameplay server, at least stream-wise, this weekend. And then by next week, we are fully operational with that. Didn't have any painting work to do today. We had a couple of apartments that we could have went and done. But at this point, I'm telling them to basically telling them, nah, we ain't doing shit for you because they owe me a bunch of money. They ain't paying me. Now they're not even responding to me. I don't know if I shared it or not. We only paint for one company, three properties. And they've been phasing us out because I've been jacking the price up. And they don't pay on time, and they are an absolute freaking disaster. There's a lot of bullshit going on with them. Surprising, the only company we paint for is one of the worst ones that we've dealt with. But we've dealt with them for a long time, and usually they pay us on time, but they do run into hiccups all the time. And those hiccups usually involve employees quitting and, invoices getting brushed under the table, so to speak. But anyways, we've been painting there like this past week. I can't remember when it was. It was a day or two ago. I was over at the property talking with the maintenance man. I like him. He's cool. He helps us out quite a bit. He knows the situation with the invoices. And he was like, look, man, go into the office. The new girl's in the office right now, and the big boss is in there. So go ask about your invoices in front of the big boss. And I was like, all right, bet. That's a good idea. So I go into the office. I'm like, hey, just trying to get, trying to find out about some late invoices and, what the status of payment is. And the big boss is sitting right there, so she hears it. The newer lady, I should say. She's not brand new, but she's newer. She's like, oh, yeah, I'll look into it. And the big boss is like, nah, let's go ahead and pull those invoices up right now so we can get those processed. And I was like, oh, yeah, this is good. This is helpful. So I'm sitting in there for like about 5 or 10 minutes while the lady's, messing around on her computer. And the big boss is finally like, yo, do you got them invoices yet? And the lady's like, oh, nah, I can't find them. I don't know where they're at. And the lady's like, yo, you don't know how to find invoices? Like, this is crazy. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, damn, can you imagine had I walked into the office and been like, hey, I'm just trying to find out about some late invoices. Could you look into that for me? And what they're going to tell you every time is, oh, yeah, for sure. I'm going to look into that right now. And as soon as you leave, you're a thought that's right out their mind. And even if they did, they don't even know where to find the shit. So long story short, we just pumping the brakes on dealing with them folks. Isaiah says, sell your truck and pay your taxes. I'm not trying to watch the Back in Prison show. I'm working on it. I just went and made a payment yesterday. Check Joe Does Stuff for that. I filmed the whole thing. They did not like me filming in there, but I did it anyways. Definitely go check that out. Relock says, what happened with those bounced checks? So that's another thing, man. Let me tell you a wild-ass story real quick. And I'm sorry, but this is involving the painting business as well. You know, Joe's down bad. I've been running a business that has been running me into the ground. I gave my all to this business just like I did for YouTube. Now I'm just back giving my all to YouTube because that was the only thing that ever kind of gave it back to me. The painting business didn't really and hasn't really given it back to me. Now, I screwed up. I messed up. I gave my all to apartments, which is the worst thing that you can get in bed with. But let me tell you a crazy story. I mentioned this briefly on Joe Does Stuff recently. I said, hey, I got a story to tell you guys about some bad checks that I received. Isaiah said, pay your taxes, Joe. I don't want to see you go back to prison. Dude, I almost went back to jail just a couple of weeks ago for some shit that I ain't even do. But I did it, I guess. Man, these people had me trying to pass some bad checks. No bullshit. So, you may remember a couple of months ago, many months ago, as a matter of fact. It's been a couple of months, a good amount of months since I've returned doing YouTube. But in the very beginning, I was sharing a lot about the painting business because that's what I was doing and, trying to balance my time to get back to do after prison show type of stuff, which I would finally be able to start doing. But one of the first things that I shared with you guys was we got the opportunity to go paint Danny's old apartment. Man, that was the craziest thing in the world to walk into that place. A place that I helped him get. Not just by introducing him to the world and doing the GoFundMe, which originally raised $5,000. The first one did. And, we helped him get an apartment. But sitting in the freaking rental office with the property manager going to bat for Danny, co-signing the lease and saying, hey, look, give this dude a chance. He just did 40 years in prison, but he can pay this rent. And they double charged him to get him to move in there. They charged him a double deposit because of how much of a risk that he was. Interesting about that, and all of this is in relation to bad checks, but let me get to that. Somebody actually responded to either a Danny video or something that I did, maybe recently. I started taking the Danny story and making shorts out of it. Not trying to beat a dead horse or nothing like that, but that was a huge story. Dude had a hell of a story. I think it might have been one of those that somebody responded to, and they said, hey, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for helping this guy. Because I used to live right below him in that apartment, or that apartment building. And they basically said that he was a terror the whole time that he was there. I didn't know. I got no idea who this person is. They could just be lying. But that was a wild-ass comment to read. We painted his apartment 5-6 months ago. It took me, and then we did a handful of other apartments and a bunch of work for this company that had his apartment. Long story short, I won't bore you to death with all of the details. It took them people forever to pay me. I mean, forever. Months. 4 or 5, maybe even 6 months. So it was just a month ago that I received a bunch of checks from them. And funny about it was all the checks that they sent me, they still were missing one payment for like $500. But anyways, I was so happy to get these checks, I run straight to the bank. No, wait, that's not how it went down. I'm sorry. I usually do mobile deposit. That's how it started. So on the back of the check, you got to write, for mobile deposit, take a picture of the front and the back of the check. It's usually a pretty easy, hey, Jersey, appreciate you linking that Discord right there. There's the Discord link for anybody who's trying to get it. Mr. B Green, shout out to you. I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much for the support. I'm trying to mobile deposit these checks that I received from painting Danny's old apartment. Took 5 months to receive these checks. But as I'm doing the mobile deposit, it keeps giving me this error message. It's like, I can't remember what it was saying, but some type of an error message like the check couldn't be deposited. And I don't remember what it said, but it didn't say like this is a bad check. It didn't say nothing like that. It just said your deposit can't be deposited at this time. Something like that. So I'm like, damn it, man. I got these 5 or 6 checks trying to deposit this, but I done wrote on the back of all of them for mobile deposit. So I go to the bank. I try to use the, no, I don't even try to use the ATM first because I did the mobile deposit. So I go in and I'm waiting in line and this lady walks up and she's like, hey, how can we help you today? I said, hey, look, I was trying to deposit these checks using the mobile app, but it wasn't working. And I've written on the back of all of these checks for mobile deposit. Am I still going to be able to deposit these? So she's looking at the checks and she's like, yeah, you know, it's just going to take a little, it'll probably take like an extra 2 days. And I'm like, okay, whatever. And she was like, but let me go talk to the manager about them. So she goes and talks to the manager about them and they're looking at the checks. And now I'm kind of getting a bad feeling. So the manager calls me over and we go to her little cubicle and she's messing with the checks and trying to deposit the check, or she does something. She ain't even trying to deposit the checks. She's asking me a bunch of questions about the checks. That's right. That's how that went. So she's like, so what are these checks for? I said, well, you know, I got a painting business. I said, we painted some apartments. She was like, yeah. She said, well, is this a new client of yours? I said, well, yeah, this is actually the first time that they've ever paid me, and they are super late paying me. I've been waiting on these payments for a long time. And she's like, well, these are bad checks. These are, what did she say? These are forgeries. And I'm like, yo, what are you talking about? Because now I'm ready to run out of the bank. Because I'm thinking to myself, yo, you got me in here trying to pass bad checks. I'm like, what do you mean these are bad checks and forgeries? She was like, you see this little thing at the bottom of the check that says press down? I was like, yeah. She was like, well, when I press down on it, nothing's happening. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what's going on here? She was like, look, I need to call our fraud department. And I'm like, yo, let me go try to figure this situation out because I don't know what's going on right this second. The lady gives me the checks back. I said, I'm going to take these right back to these people and try to figure out what's going on with this. I leave from the bank. I go back to the property, to one of the properties. And I'm like, yo, what is, I just tried to cash these checks and I almost went to federal prison behind this shit. So they make some phone calls, finally get me an answer. And they're like, you've got a personal check on the way to you. I'm like, what do you mean I said, what do you mean I got a personal check coming to me? They were like, these checks were just supposed to cover the personal check. I'm like, what are you talking about? She was like, well, you know, we transferred ownership and, you know, we didn't have the money to pay. That's why it took so long for you to get paid. You were supposed to receive the personal check before you received these checks. I'm like, yo, man, y'all I will never do business with y'all again. It took these people almost 6 months to pay me because they didn't have the money to pay their contractors. I had already heard about that through the grapevine, through, you know, me trying to figure out what was going on with my money. I receive 5 or 6 checks in the mail. These are legitimate checks. I'm looking at them. They're legitimate checks. They look legitimate. But yet I go to the bank and these ain't nothing. These ain't even real checks, and I don't even know how the hell they were able to tell that shit. I've literally still got those damn checks. But no bullshit, I receive a personal check like that day. And I ain't gonna lie to you, man, I was scared to freaking death to deposit that. But I did because I had to. And that check went through. Somebody paid me the money that was owed minus $500 to paint Danny's apartment from 6 months prior with a personal check. When I received the personal check, I was like, yo, this is the craziest shit. You own multiple apartment buildings. I'm talking maybe like 10 different apartment buildings. And y'all are paying me with a personal check? Talking about, oh, you should have received the personal check at the same time. But even if I would have, there weren't no letter. There weren't no nothing to say, hey, cash the personal check. Don't cash these checks because these checks ain't no good. These checks are just supposed to cover the personal check. See, that's what started making sense to me. The personal check was how I got paid, but then they sent me the, the actual checks so that they could write off that personal payment possibly. Like, I don't know how that actually was supposed to go down. But long story short, that shit almost got me hemmed up. Never dealt with them people since. Would never deal with them again, man. Jesus, Lord. Amazing 3DG, man. Again. Yo, man, that's insane right there. Joe, put a Venmo, Cash App, or PayPal so we don't have to pay 30% YouTube tax. You were just giving away your funds if not. Amazing 3DG. I really appreciate that. Dude. I'm going to start linking a different way for y'all to make the donations. Because that's insanity right there. I don't know if you saw the Joe Does Stuff video that I put up today, but I gave you a shout out in that video. And matter of fact, it was your last donation that you made that inspired that entire video. So Amazing 3DG, a very special shout out to you. Kato Man says, Joe really be going through it. Ain't gonna lie to you, man. Shit's wild sometimes, man. Every day it's something. Shady says Joe was about to run out that bank. Great storytelling abilities. Man, I ain't never in my life dealt with no wild ass shit like that. And again, there was no notes, no letter. Hey, sorry it took so long for us to get you paid. It's going to be kind of confusing, but just bear with us. We're sending you a personal check. Whatever you do, don't try to deposit the checks that look like they're real checks. Like, whatever you do, don't do that because you could end up going to jail. You know how embarrassed I was by that shit, man? I'm sitting in this chair, man. I'm getting grilled by a bank teller. I'm thinking to myself, everybody I know who's been locked up for forgery and uttering, and here my dumb ass is in the bank doing it, and I don't even know. I'm like, man, this is the craziest freaking thing. I almost got a forgery and uttering charge, and I ain't do nothing. Video title right there. Insanity, man. Spawn Killer, do you still have the landscape equipment? Maybe you should go back to landscaping. I don't. I got rid of the landscape equipment a couple of years ago when I was becoming way more busy with the painting work. But I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I missed that landscape business. Even though we only had like one customer, was a great customer of ours. Oh, man. But I've learned so much from this painting game. I'm going to be honest with you. I'll tell you a little secret. Actually, it ain't even really a secret. I had an apartment reach out today, as a matter of fact, for some work. They said, hey, we got a drywall job for you, but we need you to beat the price that we currently have for it. And it was a $2,000 quote that they had. They said, can you do it any cheaper than that? And then they show me the picture, and it's an entire closet that's got water damage everywhere in it where, you got to cut that shit out. There's shit running behind HVAC pipes and all sorts of crazy shit, water lines and condensation lines. And I'm like, man, no. I say, if you got a quote to do that shit for $2,000, you better run with it. I'm done. bending over backwards, doing all this work that is so much more than what I'm able to charge for. I'm done with that. I ain't going to do no more apartments. All I'm going to do is residential work and YouTube. Hands down, make content. I'm going to grind on this like I was doing on that. Maya says there's no money in landscaping. Everybody's doing it, just like painting. Everybody's doing it. And if you come in with the price, you better bet somebody's going to come in cheaper. I want to share something with y'all. Move on a little bit. Oh, just going through these comments right now. Shout out to you guys. I appreciate y'all taking the time to rock with me on this Friday afternoon. I'm excited about the possibilities of so much stuff that we've got upcoming. And I appreciate all the support, man. You guys are awesome. You want to talk about some wild-ass work and quality of it? I don't know if this will be as funny to you as it will be to me. Let me see if it works like this first. It does. Okay, perfect. I want to share with you guys something. Oh, God. All right, so here's this house right here, right? It's a duplex, I believe. It's in a pretty bad area. They've built this area up quite a bit, but it's still a crime-ridden area, neighborhood. It's a pretty bad neighborhood, and this is probably a pretty bad part of that bad neighborhood that hasn't been built up yet. Little duplex right here. Wait, this ain't even the one. How did I get on this? I know I saved that thing, though. Didn't I? Why is it showing? These aren't the right pictures from it. Oh, well. No. That kind of went. I don't know how that happened. Let me go back and see if I can find it here. I feel like that just pulled up all the wrong pictures. Yeah, that definitely pulled up all the wrong pictures. Because when I look at it right here, how the hell did it do that? Facebook, you're drunk. All right, here we go. We got it again. I had to I saved it and it saved the wrong thing. That's weird. I've never had that happen. Brian, what's going on with you? Joe, you missed your calling. You should have got into acting. You've got the charisma and talent, brother. Hey, man, thank you for those kind words right there. Folks, we're looking at this same duplex. Okay, look, there's the same picture I just showed y'all, and these are not the same pictures that we were just looking at, right? The flooring in here is buckling, which is crazy because when you do flooring and you do it wrong and you do it too tight, it starts to buckle. Or if it gets water in it and it's not waterproof, it can buckle up like that, which I probably would go with. That's probably what happened with this flooring, is that the flooring got wet and it wasn't waterproof flooring and the shit buckled up. You can see it in here. It looks all crazy, but we're not going to spend a lot of time on this. I just want to show you one thing in here that absolutely blew my mind. You got to imagine that somebody was living in here, okay, with this place just like this. That's what I want you to keep in your mind as we're looking at these pictures. I ain't seen no tile flooring busted up like this in a long time. That just goes to show you that they didn't do the thin set correctly, and then the work that was needed to lay the tile, obviously that wasn't done correctly if that tile is busting up all like that. But that's not even what I care about. Kitchen looks not too bad, actually, just a little dirty. Okay? Backyard, you can't see it too well, but it's bad. Oh shit, Falcon fan said, why did he save the K2 powder? Fuck. You weren't supposed to see that. Fuck. We'll talk about that in a minute. Yeah, the backyard's atrocious. Grass is 4 feet tall. Trash all in the backyard like you ain't got a trash can. Flash off of your camera right here is screwing up the picture. But let's keep going. Not too much going on right here. Just looking at, some empty Mountain Dew cans, laundry basket, nothing too much. Bathroom, atrocious to a certain degree, not even that bad. Damn thing looks like a McDonald's bathroom with that type of tile. But this is the only thing that I cared about in this whole house. Went through all of that to get through this. I promise we'll go back to the K2 powder and why Joe is saving that type of stuff. Okay, there's a great explanation for it. Just bear with me. Can you imagine that somebody was living in this house with the ceiling looking just like this and the light dangling like this? Now, I want to believe that maybe this is all damage that's taken place after that they were living there. Okay? But it looks like they've actually tried to repair this. And what is that right there? Because that's not a piece of drywall. They done took a piece of hardy board. What's the cement board called? The Durabond. Is it Durabond? I can't even think of the name of it, man. I've been out the game so long, man. It's the cement board for doing your tile work. Okay? If anybody remembers the name of this, God, I feel I'm a contractor, for God's sake. I'm not supposed to forget these things. Folks, this is the type of shit that you put on, a wall when you're about to do some tile work, or on the floor when you're about to do some tile work. This is certainly not what you use for a drywall repair. You know what I mean? Unless we're going to Durarock. Thank you. That's what it was. They got the Durarock on the ceiling for some drywall. Now, unless they're getting ready to tile that ceiling, which I've never seen before, but you never know. Could be something. Sometimes you just got to use what you got. Hey, we got the Durarock right here. It's probably the freaking the thick shit too, and not the 1/4 inch. They get the 1/2 inch up there. Gosh almighty, man. Hey, at least they have the right side showing, because there's one side that says this side down, and they've got the right side going. So they could actually lay tile on that ceiling. Hardy board, cement board, yeah, it's all the same thing, even though there's different brands of it. Hardy board is a different brand of the Durarock, but that's Durarock right there, I believe. That's not Hardy board. All right, but anyways, that was the only thing I wanted to show you. All right, let me go ahead and move on. That was all the pictures from right there. Let me stop doxing myself. Folks, I accidentally doxed myself, and you saw that I had saved some Flocka. Oh, boy. There's a perfectly good explanation for that. And that explanation is this. I was going to do a video about all the wild shit being sold again all the time on Facebook Marketplace, eBay. I love those videos. Crazy prison items being sold on the internet. Well, folks, it's such a wild time that we live in now. You've got, hell, I can show you a little bit of it. You got the stuffed animal jail, okay? Are we putting stuffed animals in there, or are we putting our children in there? I just wonder, is that time out? A little bit of solitary confinement time for the child? Like, I don't know. Talking about a stuffed animal jail. I don't know, man. I don't know if I can go for that one. Is that more torturous to put your kids' toys on timeout, or put your children on timeout? Cocomelon going in the dog kennel for a little while. You need to calm your ass down. James said he saw porn. Son of a gun. But anyways, that ain't got nothing to do with it. I had some wild items that were saved. I'm not going any further down. And this, folks, is probably the wildest right here. Man, people are so freaking crazy these days. Put Joe down here. I mean, we selling drugs on Facebook Marketplace, man. When will you ever learn that the federales are up in here? Okay, we got the K2 liquid powder and paper. It's the lowest you will ever find. I also do same day shipping, deliver to all states. Now, I don't know if this is actually an illegal narcotic. I don't know that for certain. I don't know shit about this. Okay? Because that right there looks like that's quite a bit of some shit that could get you quite a bit of time. But who knows? Maybe it's like kratom or whatever that shit's called. Like some stuff you can go buy out of a head shop. Or, a dispensary. I don't necessarily know. You probably can buy the shit legally. But they're going to deliver it to you. They're going to, UPS it same day to you. Hit me up. You can definitely make a lot of money. Definitely if you send it to prison to your mans, y'all going to definitely eat. Two different flavors. Both get you dumb high, but I smoke the Black Mamba. It's better to me. But some people like the other one better. Hit the conversation button. I'm doing deals too. Half page, whole page, whatever you want, I got you. Get with me. Range from $50 to $300. This, to me, is the craziest prison item being sold right now online. And I'm not just talking about this one particular post. If you go to TikTok and you type in K2, you will get 1 million accounts of people where you can order this shit from. The Facebook group that I'm a part of with 350,000 prisoners, a part of that group. People are spamming that shit, man. Hey, this is the most popular thing in prison. Forget you some little devil's lettuce or a little roll up of the tobacco, man. People want this shit. The shit to have you crawling out of your skin on the floor of a prison and people are filming you for TikTok videos. Yeah, that's what I want to do right there. Yeah, we got the sheets right here. Okay, we got special labeling on this K2. I don't even know what that shit is. Looks like bottles of piss, if you ask me. How much money do you think that is right there? Is that like $1 million worth of this shit? What happens if you drink that? Woo! You wild for this. And again, look at all these packages. Bitch, you don't even need somebody to tell on you. The feds, they have this thing called ghost weight. Ghost weight is when somebody says that you sold X amount of kilos. Well, Tommy Boy says you sold 20 kilos. So you're getting charged with 20 kilos. Ain't that the craziest thing? All they got to do is say that you did it. You can get charged with ghost weight. You don't even need a situation like that. Dude, you got the ghost weight right. You done took a picture. Well, I can't say for certain how much that is. But there's a pretty good chance that that's probably a shit ton. And, your ass going away. Might be legal out here. But that little imaginary line that you crossed was illegal. Bail $10,000. God, I love to use blow as an analogy and a reference. Yeah, that's wild right there, man. Dude ain't got no shame in the game. Was I showing y'all all of that? I was, right? Or was I just talking about it and y'all couldn't even see it? Huh. I'm going to wonder about that. There's those packages right there. And there's that. Yeah. Oh, God. Lord, man. Hey, the internet is a wild, wild place these days. Lollipop says George Young legend. Absolutely. But yeah, that's why I had that saved right there. I probably got more than that saved too. I might have at least another listing of that somewhere. Don't I? Of course I do. Here we go right here. Of course I do. Here's another one. We got the K2 paper sheets, $300. K2 sheets are like 4A papers. You can write letters on them for your loved ones in prison. Reach out for your supplies. We're on TikTok with the K2 sheet sales. Go look it up. I'm telling you, it's all over the place. Maybe it's not illegal. Michael says we're just seeing the pictures now. My dumb ass. Sorry about that, man. I always do that shit from time to time. Pretty soon they're going to have the Galaxy gas up in the prison, which isn't that just like a whippet? Crazy to think shit that's making a comeback these days. All right. Wow. We did pretty good. We did pretty good. All right. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up because I got to get ready to wrap this up. My babysitter's getting ready to leave. Folks, I want to thank each and every one of y'all for taking the time to rock with me on this. You guys are amazing. I appreciate all the love and support. I got a lot coming, and hopefully it's coming this weekend. If it doesn't come this weekend, it's definitely coming next week, early next week, and that's going to be the new After Prison Show gameplay. I've been going through cutting up the old After Prison Show gameplay, using that as like promotional material for the new stuff, and when I look at what we were doing back then, man, that shit was hilarious to me. I'm hoping that this new attempt at this is going to be even better. And that's what we're gonna hope for, at least. Matty Ice says, read the donation. I'm looking for it. Was it Shady? Shady, I missed yours. Sorry about that. Joe, the Money in Multifamily is full exterior paint project. Yeah, I already know. I believe that for sure. Hell yeah, Michael. I'm going to definitely try to hit you up, man. But, Maddie, I don't see what you were talking about, and I'm looking for it. And I don't see it. Sorry, man. What did I miss? Mr. B. Green, a very special shout out to you again as well. And to everybody else, man. You guys are amazing. I appreciate the support. I got hopes to be able to do the live stream over the weekend as well, at least one day for sure. I got a lot of people to talk to. There's been a lot of people who have been hitting me up with awesome ideas. Michael, you are one of them for sure. And we are going to be bringing a lot more to these streams as well, including bringing back the calls. If you guys want to call in and shoot the shit with Joe, I want to be able to do that. I was thinking about trying to do that today. We just never got around to it. But we're going to figure out a way to do that, maybe like through Facebook Messenger or something like that. Dale, hey, Joe, sure I missed this live, or sorry I missed this live. Appreciate you getting up in here, brother. Hope you have an awesome weekend. It was a good one, man. We talked about a lot of really cool things in here. So if you check out the replay, okay, Matty Ice, I see you right there. Yeah, check out the replay. I think it's worth a watch for sure. You guys have a great weekend. We got college football. We got NFL Week 1 going on this weekend as well. I hope you guys have a great one. You're able to watch some games if that's what you're into, and if not, you're able to just enjoy the weekend. I'm going to try to do the same damn thing, put in some work, and look forward to sharing more with y'all just as soon as I possibly can. Y'all have a great one. Thank you for taking the time. As always, until next time, enjoy life, the free world. Never take a moment for granted, and make the most